Hello everyone, welcome back. As in the previous lecture, we completed the concept of the passive transport. Today we will be discussing the concept of the active transport. So active transport is a type of transport in which the material movement occurs against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient means there is a need of energy for the movement of substances across the plasma membrane, and this energy is provided in the form of ATP. So how we will define the active transport? It is defined as the movement of the particles across the plasma membrane against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient by using energy. So इसमें क्या होगा? In this case, as we are saying that particles they will move against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient means from the outside they will take the energy, and this energy is taken in the form of ATP. Okay, so ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. Okay, as this process occurs with the help of energy, so that's why it is a fast process. It is a fast process as it uses energy. So let's take an example. If we consider the example of sodium potassium pump, then as you know, this is the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is bilipid layer, and this is the say intrinsic protein. Okay, now what will happen that here this is the ATP molecule. ATP adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine क्या होता है? Adenosine is here a base and it contain 3 phosphate molecules. तो adenosine क्या होगा? Adenosine it will hydrolyze. Hydrolyze means it will get broken down into ADP and one inorganic phosphate. क्या होगा? ATP की ब्रेकडाउन होगी, ATP से ADP यानी कि 3 मॉलिक्यूल से 2 मॉलिक्यूल. नाउ इट इज नोन एज एडिनोसिन डाइफॉस्फेट एंड दिस वन स्टैंड्स फॉर द इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट. जैसे ही ये ब्रेकडाउन होगी एनर्जी रिलीज होगी, एंड बाय यूजिंग दिस एनर्जी 3 sodium ions they are pumped outside and 2 potassium ions they are pumped inside. This is the outside and this is the inside of the plasma membrane. What happen now students? By using energy, 3 sodium ions they will move outward while 2 potassium ion at the same time they will move inward. So this kind of transport is known as the primary transport or antipode. Students, why it is known as the antipode? Because here first of all, one ATP hydrolyzes into ADP and inorganic phosphate, and two molecules, one is the molecule of sodium and one is the molecule of potassium, they will move in the opposite direction, and anti word stands for opposite, and that's why this primary transport is known as the antipode. Okay, so this is the example of primary active transport. If we talk about the secondary active transport, then what happen in the secondary? Again, this is the plasma membrane. Secondary transport occur in presence of primary transport. Again, this is an intrinsic protein. As we have discussed कि अगर 1 ATP ब्रेक होगा तो ATP से क्या रिलीज होगा? ATP, ADP एंड इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट। ये 3 मॉलिक्यूल से 2 फॉस्फेट के मॉलिक्यूल यहाँ होंगे और 1 इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट क्या हो जाएगा? सेपरेट। अब हमने क्या देखा कि ये जो आउटसाइड है ये क्या है? इनसाइड है। तो हमें पता है कि आउटसाइड जो सोडियम आयन कंसंट्रेशन होगी वो क्या हो जाती है? प्राइमरी ट्रांसपोर्ट से मोर हो जाती है। ओके, एंड इनसाइड क्या होती है? कंसंट्रेशन इज लेस। अब क्या होगा? अकॉर्डिंग टू द एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, पार्टिकल्स क्या करेंगे? दे विल मूव फ्रॉम ए region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration. but यहाँ क्या होगा? along with the sodium, ये जो ग्लूकोज आयन है they will come inside. but यहाँ पे क्या होगा? both they are coming in the same direction. that's why it is called the sympod or the secondary transport. Is that clear? In case of the active transport, particles they move against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient means they need energy, and energy they are taking in the form of ATP. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं इन केस ऑफ सोडियम पोटाशियम पंप, तो सोडियम पोटाशियम पंप के केस में क्या होगा? 1 होगा एंटी ट्रांसपोर्ट, जिसमें 2 particles they will move against, you can say they will move in the opposite direction by using energy from this ATP, while in the secondary transport again the particles they will move in the same direction by using ATP. So this was the concept of active transport. So active transport occur where? In the muscle fibers and in the neurons. So these are the 2 examples of the active transport. There is one another term which is included under the active transport, and that transport is called the bulk transport. Because students, if we generally talk about the movement of the large substances, that is also a type of active transport, but it is the another component of the active transport, or you can say some part of the active transport, which is known as the bulk transport. So now let us start with the bulk transport. Bulk transport, it is a type of the active transport, but in the bulk transport movement of the large substances occur. So bulk transport, how we will define the bulk transport? Movement of the large substances by using energy across a plasma membrane. अब बल्क ट्रांसपोर्ट क्या करता है? बल्क ट्रांसपोर्ट इन्वॉल्व्स द टू मैकेनिज्म, वन इज द एंडोसाइटोसिस and the second one is the exocytosis. Endo means the intake. Okay, so endocytosis में क्या होगा? The flexibility of the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane क्या होती है स्टूडेंट? Plasma membrane is generally flexible, means it can bend, it can unfold. तो यहाँ क्या होती है? Plasma membrane की फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी से मटेरियल्स क्या होती हैं? दे कम इनसाइड द सेल फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंट, व्हाइल इन द एक्सोसाइटोसिस मटेरियल्स एक्स्ट्रा वेस्ट. ओके, तो वेस्ट मटेरियल दे मूव or you can say they passed out through cell membrane into the external environment. So how we will define the endocytosis? So endocytosis is the flexibility of plasma membrane to engulf food and other solute substances in the cell from external environment, from the external environment. So dear students, if we talk about the endocytosis, so endocytosis it is basically of two types. So endocytosis, this is the definition, again I am repeating, where plasma membrane gets enfolded to form the materials from the external environment. So now let us start with the types of endocytosis. So there are the two types of endocytosis. One is the pinocytosis and the second one is the phagocytosis. So dear students, pinocytosis, this process was coined by or was discovered by the scientist Lewis. So Lewis is the scientist who discovered the phenomena of the pinocytosis, while phagocytosis it was discovered by the scientist named Mechnikov. Mechnikov is the scientist who discovered the phenomena of the phagocytosis. Now, the pinocytosis, this process is also known as the cell drinking. Is that clear? This process is known as the cell drinking, while phagocytosis, this process is known as the cell eating. Okay, now how this process occur? Again I am explaining you with an example. Please pay attention. What happens, student, as this is a condition, this is the external environment in which a cell is kept, and this is the plasma membrane, and this is the plasma membrane, and these are the solute particles. Okay, so these are the solute particles. This is the plasma membrane and this one is the extracellular fluid. So students, what happen as the extracellular fluid adhere to the plasma membrane, जैसे ही एक्स्ट्रासेलुलर फ्लूइड प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के साथ स्टिक करता है, adhere करता है, चिपकता है, then plasma membrane it invaginates in this way. ये इन्वेजिनेशन फॉर्म करती है and solute particles try to enter into this invagination. Then further what happen, as this solute particles enters into the invagination, this is called the invagination. Invagination को आप simply क्या कहते हो? It is also known as the folding. Folding of PM means plasma membrane. तो what happen? What will happen? तो plasma membrane क्या हो जाती है? Plasma membrane it is pinched off and this solute particle along with these vessels, this is now, जैसे ही प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन पिंच ऑफ होगी तो यहाँ ये वेसिकल बन जाती है which contain the solute particle and this vessel is known as the pinocytic vesicle. Okay, दिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ पिनोसाइटोसिस. तो मीन्स क्या होगा, यहाँ सोल्यूट पार्टिकल्स जो होंगे अलोंग विद द एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर फ्लूइड दे विल एंटर इनटू द इनफोल्डिंग ऑफ द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन एंड फाइनली दे विल फॉर्म द pinocytic vesicle and that vesicle contain the solute particles. So now for example, where does this pinocytosis happen? It happens in the intestine. तो हमारी intestine में क्या होती हैं? cells होती हैं which are called the micelles. तो micelles in intestine they show pinocytosis. Also liver shows pinocytosis and the blood vessels they also perform the process of the pinocytosis. So this was all about the concept of the pinocytosis. Now students, if we talk about the phagocytosis, then what happen in case of phagocytosis? Phagocytosis में क्या होगा? फूड की engulfing होगी. Again क्या होगा? As this is the pseudopodia of amoeba से. Okay, these are the pseudopodia. तो pseudopodia क्या होंगे? And this is the plasma membrane. हमें पता है as we know कि अमीबा क्या करता है? अमीबा फूड पार्टिकल को कैप्चर करता है. से दिस इज द फूड पार्टिकल, दिस वन इज द फूड पार्टिकल. तो अमीबा फूड पार्टिकल को कैप्चर करता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ इट्स स्यूडोपोडिया. देन व्हाट हैपन इन द सेकेंड केस, मेम्ब्रेन क्या हो जाती है? मेम्ब्रेन अगेन इन्वेजिनेट्स. तो इन्वेजिनेट्स होगी इन दिस वे, इनफोल्डिंग हो जाती है. तो अगेन क्या होगा इनफोल्डिंग से? हेयर फूड पार्टिकल it will take the position of this situation. After then what will happen in the third case students? Again this is again the invagination. और ये इन्वेजिनेशन किसकी है? इन्वेजिनेशन ऑफ द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. नाउ व्हाट हैपन इन द फाइनल स्टेप? द मेम्ब्रेन इट विल गेट पिंच्ड ऑफ एंड again a vesicle is formed and this vesicle contains the food particles. Okay, this is the food particle. So now this vesicle is known as the phagosome as the food particle, it is present in the solid form. So this is a process of phagocytosis, and this process is observed in case of the amoeba and sponges. So students, what is the, I think you understood. Again I am repeating that what is the difference between the pinocytosis and phagocytosis. In pinocytosis, solute particle, they will enter into the cell by the invagination of the plasma membrane, while in phagocytosis, solid particle will enter into the cell again with the invagination of plasma membrane and forms the phagosome. Is that clear? So this was the first component of the bulk transport, which is known as the endocytosis. Now let's start with the second component of bulk transport. Now let's start with the second component of bulk transport. This is the second component, which is known as the exocytosis. So exo means out. So the expelling of the large sized particle. Okay, expelling means the removal of the large sized particle from the cell, and this happen in the glandular cells of liver and pancreas, as these are the glands होती हैं, and these glands they secrete, okay, and their secretion are the enzymes and hormones. Their secretion are the enzymes and the hormones. Now what happen? How they expel out? As this is the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane, and this is known as the exocytotic vesicle. Exocytotic vesicle, okay, and this contain this fluid, and this is filled with the large sized particle which are to be expelled out. Now what happened in the second case? As again this is the membrane, now this vesicle, it comes close to the plasma membrane along with its secretion, as these are the secretions. So along with its secretion, it comes close to the plasma membrane, and finally what happen? In this way, this vesicle ruptures, and from this vesicle this extracellular fluid is passed out. So how this is passed out? By bursting of exocytotic vesicle. So student, this is the concept of the exocytosis, in which the large size particles, they are passed out from the cell. It happens in case of glands like liver and pancreas, which release their secretion in the form of enzymes and hormones. So let's take a recap. Today we have discussed the concept of the active transport and the bulk transport. In the bulk transport, we discussed the endocytosis and exocytosis. Thank you so much.